What's up, guys? Welcome to my first video of 2024. Happy New Year. Earlier this week, I put a post up and I asked everyone to send me a question, ask me anything, and that I would respond with a video. Um, After I posted that, I realized I actually got to respond with a video instead of a text. But we're going to make it happen. You guys are going to push me to do more, and I'm going to interact with you more because I do want to build this brand and I want to build more relationships with you. So, thank you to those who have already sent questions on the post. If you haven't seen the post, just look down the page. I think it's like the fourth photo. It's with a hoodie or whatever. Just read it, and then just leave a comment at the bottom. And what I'll do is I'll actually shout you out in the comments so that people can go check out your page as well. So this video, shout out to Tatiana and Michelle. Tatiana asked, where am I from and what inspired my brand? So I'm originally from Chicago, born and raised, lived there for 20 years, south side of Chicago. And I've actually lived in California and actually was in Michigan for a year as well for college. What inspired my brand? I've always been into design. I've always been into art. Even as a kid, like in grammar school, like I would get in trouble for drawing on my desk, and just not paying attention. But I just always wanted to draw. I just liked art. And for me, style or fashion, cars, like it's a form of art. And so, um, getting older, I've always been like into like my own style and everything. So walking through Macy's and different department stores, I'd see all these different brands. For example, some of my favorite brands are Kenneth Cole, Calvin Klein, and J. Ferrar. Those are pretty much the only three that I wear. And I like their style. And I would always see these things in the store, and I was like, man, why can't that be me? Why can't I create something that's in the store that people love or whatever? And so, for those of you that don't know, I actually started my business as a candle company when I lived in California. And that was pretty much because I loved candles so much. And then I found out that they were really bad for you. And so I wanted to figure out how to get a different candle that wasn't bad for you. Those candles were like $90 and they weren't even all natural. They were like a partially natural candle. So it was either buy one of those or figure out how to make my own. And so that's what I did. I made my own, started this whole thing, making just custom candles for other people, did like swag bags and all that kind of stuff. I would walk door to door and do consignments with mom and pop stores, and it was fun. But when I moved to Florida, the whole business kind of died because, back then shipping wasn't that big yet. And my customers were all local, like studios and things like that. And nobody wanted to pay for like shipping to get things shipped from Florida to California. So everything died and I had to kind of, start over. And so in the midst of me starting over, when I had the candle brand, I've always wanted to do more, like make more different products, but I did want to sell it through a candle website because it's kind of weird. So, when I had to start over, what I did was just take that time, take those few years, and just rebrand. I really just got some paper and just kind of drew everything out of what I wanted the brand to be, like starting, and then for future. Like there are so many things that I haven't done yet that I want to add to this brand. And it's just, I got to get there first. I have to grow, and it's a slow process. It's not something that happens overnight. So, I rebranded as, a clothing company. So just apparel. And then it was just like t-shirts. Um, and then a few years ago, I actually brought back the candles, but instead of having like a crazy huge selection, I only wanted to do just like a small imprint of candles where you could just choose from, and it's just exclusive to my brand. So, yeah, but I mean, that's kind of it. I always wanted to have my own thing, and I love being different. Like I don't like trends. I don't like following like what everyone else is doing. Um, when I'm out and like I'm the only person I see like in the brand, like I'm happy. Like I love that. And that's what I want for some of you is, if you're like you looking for something that's different, You want to stand out, be yourself, be original, authentic, whatever. I want you to be out and just enjoy what you're wearing and not do it because other people are doing it. And that's kind of like the whole thing behind what I do. It's just be yourself, express yourself. So the other question was, what inspires me? And that's a very broad question. There's a lot of things that inspire me. I would say some of you inspire me. So, other artists, photographers, people who, build cars, some other brands, like all those different things or all those different people inspire me because I look at it and was like, wow, that's really nice. Like when I do something, like that, but not the same, something but different. And so, my workspace is pretty much set up as a sleep, work, create workspace. You'll see you can probably only see this one, but there's a monkey on my wall. But there's actually monkeys all around my wall, and I love monkeys because they just like express themselves. They do whatever they want. So I get inspired just by things that are around me. I get inspired by things that I see or different people. Sometimes I'll just be driving and I'll just get like a thought of something, and it may be based on something I've heard, something I've seen, or whatever. And I just have like in my phone, I have this like OneNote of just all these ideas. And like I'll think of something, I'm like, oh man, that sounds pretty cool. And I'll just write it down so that someday I could use it, put it into actual reality. A lot of things are in there I may not ever get to, but I just write it down, write it down, write it down. So, but yeah, I mean, I get inspired by a lot of you. And one of the reasons, why I try to collaborate with so many different people is because I am inspired by other people. Like I know, like I'm not like I don't call myself a designer. I'm more of an artist. I like to create things, and I like other people that like to create things. I like other artists and designers and whatever. Another thing that inspires me is my customers. So I'm always excited when someone tags me in a post or I see some person with a candle in their house or shop or anything like that. Some of you are familiar with some of you are friends actually with Jill or Ashley, and like for me, like those are probably like two of like my like super fans, and like that's awesome. Like I love it every time they tag me in something, they ask me about something. Like it's just like it's like a crazy feeling. You can't really it's hard to describe, but it feels good. Um, One of my friends purchased a hoodie recently. She's been, saying she wanted to purchase a hoodie for a while, and so she finally, got this hoodie, whatever. And for those of you who you shop at my shop, my hoodies are like $60. So I mean the most, they're not the least expensive hoodies you can buy, but they're quality. And there's a lot of work and love goes into them. So I mean, you can probably find a hoodie for $50 somewhere else. But she wanted to buy a hoodie for me, and so for me, from the very beginning, I was like, wow, she wants to buy a hoodie with my name on it. And so it felt awesome. So she paid for this hoodie, she got this hoodie or whatever, and she sent me a message. She wore this hoodie over the weekend to different things, and she loved it. And like she was like, oh, it's when you put it on, it's like it's so soft inside. And like I'm listening to her, and in person I'm out loud when she tells me, we were talking about it, in person I was like, I'm glad you like it. But inside I'm literally jumping for joy because that's another person that actually likes the product that they purchased. And so I like to sell quality products. I like to sell things that people love. And I'm excited when you guys love that stuff. So that inspires me to keep going. It inspires me, my products are good and I'm not just creating trash, throwing it out there, just another piece of clothing, but stuff that you actually want to wear and you're going to take care of it and you're going to, want to wear it a while. But yeah, thank you. So, but yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much sums it up. But this was fun. So I'd love to answer more questions. So if you see the post, hopefully this fits in a reel, but if you see the post, just scroll down the page, type it in the comments, ask me whatever you want, and I will do my best to answer those questions. and I'll do a video. I would do a video for every single question. All right. So I hope you guys are having an happy 2024 so far. Following whatever goals or resolutions that you set for yourselves. Don't give up. Just stick with it. I myself don't set resolutions, but I do make goals, short term and long term. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, and I'll link Tatiana and Michelle's page in the video so that you guys can go check it out. Please go check out their pages. Everyone that I do a video on any of these things, please just go check out their pages. Let's all spread some love and help each other grow, help each other succeed in whatever we're trying to do. All right. Peace.